Donald Trump always tells us that he hates the failing New York Times. They're horrible. It's nothing like what it used to be. Their reputation is in the gutter and it's a piece of trash. And so it was a little weird that he decided when the New York Times came a-calling, hey, can we interview you? He was like, oh, hell yeah, you can. Absolutely, the New York Times. Can you believe it? Because as much as Donald Trump hates the media, he is also 100% dependent upon the media because he loves to have his name out there in the headlines and he loves to see the words that he says in writing because his crippling narcissism won't let him say no. Honestly, at this point, I am convinced I could get him to come on this channel and let me just make fun of him for an hour and he would still be like, it was a great interview because I got to speak and I love it. Maybe we ought to try that. But until then, Donald Trump in this interview with the New York Times came out bravely and boldly, taking a stand against the 1964 Civil Rights Act. I think it's actually 1965. But anyway, he came out against the Civil Rights Act because, as he said, caused a lot of problems for white folk. Those poor, repressed white people in the United States have just had a very rough go of it ever since the Civil Rights Act was passed. Here is what Trump said. White people were very badly treated where they did extremely well and they were not invited to go into a university, to college. So I would say in that way, I think it was very unfair in certain cases. Okay. Of all the things that never happened, that never happened the most. You do not see well-qualified applicants that have the best test scores, they have the community service requirements, they have the best resumes to get into college, told, well, we'd love to let you in, but you're white. So, go away, whitey. We don't want you here. That's never happened. There has never in the United States been institutionalized racism against white people. What the Civil Rights Act did was it ended, or attempted to end, the institutionalized racism against non-white people. By treating people of color the same way that white people get treated, does not mean white people are now treated worse. It means that these folks over here get to be treated the same way we were. There's no more separate but equal. There was no more segregation. It didn't just flip things and say, okay, white people, now you sit at the back of the bus. Now you aren't allowed in certain restaurants if they don't want to let you in. But there has never been institutionalized, government-sanctioned racism against white people for being white here in the United States. That is an absolute lie that Donald Trump is selling. Question is why? Other than he's a racist, obviously. Well, the answer is actually quite simple when you think about it. Everything Donald Trump is doing right now is falling apart. The American public has turned against him. MAGA, his base, is turning against him because they realize they still can't afford groceries. They don't like the invasion of Venezuela. They are starting to become more and more unhappy with his immigration policies. So, in order to bring those freaks back over to his side, Trump's leaning into the racism. He's throwing them a bone. Like, hey, listen, you may not like the economy, you may not like foreign policy, but you also still don't like those non-white folk. And hey, neither do I. I think white people are being oppressed, just like you folks falsely believe. We're the same because we hate the same color people. That's what this is about. That's why Trump said it. He's trying to get the disgusting racists back on his side, and you know what? It's probably gonna work, at least for a few weeks. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.